What's up, YouTube? I'm doing pretty good. Hope everybody's doing good out there, about as best as you can with this here little war we got on and these oil prices and things we got. Man, I heard something on the news about Trump. He done scored again, man. That dude just don't lose. He sued the IRS for what, $10 billion. They made a deal with him. They said, don't sue us. Trump said, I make a deal with you. You know he like to make a deal. He told them, don't sue me. And they can't do any past audits. They can't mess with him or his family as far as past audits. He probably, knowing Trump, he probably got it fixed up to where they can't, they not gonna mess with him again anymore, period. Knowing Trump, shoot, that dude he just keep on kicking. He just don't lose. He got us losing. You know, I figured out how to make a decent. Soon as I figured out how to make a decent paycheck doing this truck driving, the freaking fuel prices came up, and so I'm just not making anything extra. So I don't know how that happened. By the time I figured out what to do and how to make the money, shit, the fuel prices went up. Before I was just struggling, but now I'm doing better, but the damn fuel prices went up. I made I average about, right now I'm averaging about $3K. Last paycheck I barely cleared $1,000 with fuel. Thank God my truck payment is low. I have to make, last paycheck, last paycheck I made $2,700 and I barely cleared $1,000. I have to make over $3,000 to make a good paycheck, and I pretty much have been doing that. I have been making a good paycheck. I've been doing over $3,000, and I've been coming home with a decent paycheck. But the last one was just $2,700 because I came out late. And I came out late this time. It wasn't my fault. It was JB ain't got no trailers in the DFW. I went to I finally had to deal with, I've been owner-operator for JB Hunt almost a year, and I haven't had to looking for empty blues until I came out Monday. Luckily, I picked a load with 24-hour pickup and drop, so I had plenty of time. And man, they sent me to 3 different locations looking for empties around the DFW. They sent me, we got an empty here, we got an empty here. All the trailers is full of paper rolls from a paper plant, I forget the name, and recyclable plastic and paper. I don't know why the trailers wasn't marked as loaded, but they wasn't. They sent me to a JB Hunt yard, supposed to have about 5 or 6 empties. All of those trailers was loaded. They sent me to 2 other yards. They even tried to send me back to the same yard. I told them, I've been there already. Those trailers are not empty. They all have seals on them. The ones that don't have seals on them have paper in them. Now, if they want me to break the seals, all they have to do is put it across the JB Hunt Messenger, and I'll pop the seals and look, see what's in there. But you got to put it across the message. That's what you want me to do. But luckily, I tried to tell dispatch. The pickup was 9 to midnight. The drop was 24 hours. I asked dispatch, was the trailer preloaded? They say, no, it's live load. But after going to 3 different places and sitting there, thinking I'm going to have to cancel this load because I can't find the empty, because it's supposed to be live load, I went on to the shipper. And they said that trailer is preloaded. So I didn't have to cancel that load. I was joking around with the dispatcher. I told him, I said, y'all need to make some more trailers. He said, yeah, we is. But, you know, it take time to make more trailers. So, yeah, because dispatch couldn't find no trailers. And one thing I noticed about dispatch, too, if they don't have a good answer for you, they're going to give you an answer. It might not help you. But they just can't, they're not going to just say, I can't help you. They ain't did me like that yet. If they can't help you, they're going to send you somewhere, even though it ain't going to help you. But anyway, I got that load, got out of here. I'm rolling. Fuel up. After I fuel up, my check engine light came on. My check engine light came on, man. It says, it's a little bit different. The code is different. The first code I kept getting, it said it could have been a bad quality DEF fluid. This one just says, when I Google it, NOx sensor, the rear NOx sensor on the exhaust, the one at the very end of the output of the exhaust, it's got given a bad reading. It's a only thing really that you can do is replace it. Okay, so but it says, let me see what this code is right here. Code P22FEO. That's what the code is. That's what that code is. And let me see, guys. I got another code here. Okay, I checked that other code. I had two codes. I'm getting inlet and outlet NOx sensor is reading out of range. And I'm trying to figure that out. It didn't start happening until I fueled up. And I put some Lucas in the tank because I had a heavy load. I always do that. But I already had some Lucas in the tank. Maybe I already got too much Lucas fuel saver in the tank. It also said it doesn't come on. You know, it takes a while for it to come back on. So I'm not sure what's going on right now. I replaced some relays in my relay box for the ignition. You know, because they could have been faulty. Could have faulty relay. So I'm troubleshooting it right now. I checked the wiring harnesses. The wiring harnesses under the truck look good. So I'm still troubleshooting. I'm not exactly sure what's wrong with it. I'm hoping I burn off some fuel and keep filling this truck up. I put a box of DEF. I'm hoping it fixes itself. I don't know if it's going to fix itself or not. I'm hoping it's going to fix itself. We're going to see. But it's not, well, at least it's not talking about shutting me down. So that's good. Yeah, so we're gonna see how that go. Troubleshooting it, man. Woo, once I think I'm gonna get a good ride, something else happened. Something else happened rolling this old truck, man. It's always some maintenance to be done. To be an owner-operator, man, I tell you, but it's time for me to eat and lay it down. I disconnected my batteries and reconnected them. The engine light's going off. It'll stay off for a couple of 100 miles and come back on. So we're gonna see how that holds out. What happens with that? So hoping I don't have to take it to the dealer. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe it'll fix itself. Maybe I put some premium DEF in the tank. Maybe I need to see, you know, because it could be the fuel. You know, because could be the fuel. We'll see. Everybody have a blessed day out there. I'll holler at y'all later. This GW Transport. Last video I made, I was having my NOx sensor was coming on. I'm not sure why it's coming on. I watched a few videos. I heard it's possible just to clean those things, and that may, it possibly could solve your problem. So I'm going to try to clean them. See, being the inlet NOx sensor is $700, and the outlet sensor is what, $600. So I'm going to try to clean those. Yeah, that'll be my best bet. And yeah, the guy was saying you could possibly clean them, clean the soot off of them. Now, when I change my oil, I kind of overfill my oil, and I may have put a little bit more Lucas in my fuel system than I should have, because I've been doing heavy loads. Heavy loads, I try to put Lucas in there to help with fuel mileage. But maybe I should stop. Maybe that's not for today's engines. But I went to Harbor Freight. I bought me some electrical contact cleaner. It's kind of like brake cleaner, but it's supposed to be safe for electronics. And I stopped by the Dollar General store. I don't have that sitting right beside me. I stopped by the Dollar General store and bought a can of compressed air that you use for computers to clean computer keyboards and fans and stuff like that. And that's what I'm going to be using on this. I'm not even going to take it all the way off. What I'm going to do is take the zip ties off of the NOx wire, and I'm going to try to back the I figured out which one is the NOx sensor. I'm going to try to, that's the NOx sensor down there. Not this closest one here, but the first one down there. I'm going to try to unzip the harness and try to back it out without taking the module off. If I can do that without damaging the wires. And this NOx sensor here on the back, it's easy. I'm going to take that whole exhaust elbow out and clean all them freaking sensors. And then I'm going to put this shit back together and take it for a little drive and see how it work out. So YouTube, that's how that go. Y'all wish me luck. These are the chemicals that I used when I cleaned those old NOx sensors. I cleaned them and put them back in. QD electronic cleaner, safe for sensitive electronics. It says plastic safe. It looks and cleans like brake cleaner though. And spray duster. People use this for computers and stuff to dust them off. Compressed air. You can find this at Walmart. I got this at Harbor Freight. I got all this at Harbor Freight. The anti-seize I put on the threads of the old NOx sensor when I went back in with them. This first NOx sensor here came out pretty easy. It doesn't look real dirty. I'm going to clean it out anyway and put it back in, and I'm going to take this truck for a test drive and clean the other ones out too and see how it works. It looks clean. It's not sooty. So, but all right, we'll see how it goes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I took that elbow off. It's dry up in there. There's no soot in there. You don't get a lot of soot up in there, man. But I'm going to clean these bad boys off and see what happened. I'm going to take it down the road, see if it helps. Yep, it could be. I could be having another problem altogether. You know, it could be wiring harness. Could be anything. Yeah, I might just have to replace both sensors, but I don't know. I'm gonna clean them and see what happens. Ow!
All right, YouTube.
What's up, YouTube? All my check engine lights are off. Well, I've been working on this truck since I came in Friday. I wanted to try to clean them. I was getting codes that said it's getting out of range readings. So I seen a video, the guy say you can clean the sensors, the knock sensors. You can clean the knock sensors. So I went and bought some chemicals. I bought some electronic equipment cleaner. It cleans grease and everything like brake cleaner, but it doesn't damage electronic components. I got that at Harbor Freight. Some anti-seize paste that you put on threads when you're going back with like spark plugs or sensors, metal sensors, and some air duster that you use for keyboards on laptops or whatever else you're trying to dust off. You know, I used that when I sprayed the sensor down. Then I dried it off with that can of air. Now, when I did that, those codes went away. But I was getting two code. I was getting the same code for front and back, saying that irregular readings. It's getting out of range readings. So I cleaned both of those sensors. Those codes went away. But another code came that said that the heating element in the outlet NOx sensor was open or shorted. So I think the cleaning worked. But for the outlet sensor, I didn't actually take it out. The outlet sensor happened to be right at a exhaust elbow. So instead of taking it out, what I did was I took that exhaust elbow out and cleaned all three of those sensors that was there. And put that exhaust elbow back up. I had to go get, if you do that, make sure you get the gaskets to go back up in between. To put that elbow back, I had to go get some gasket. I pulled it off and seen it had gaskets, so I had to go get the gaskets to put it back together. Yeah, you might want to do this. Start early when everything is open in case you have to go somewhere, get some parts. Okay, so I was putting it back together, and I was tightening those exhaust clamps, and I like to tap on them so they can adjust themselves and squeeze, because it's like a squeeze clamp. It squeezes both exhaust pipings together, you know. And if you tap on them a little bit, that'll help them adjust a little bit, because I didn't spray no oil in them, so they would adjust normally. So when I did that, when I was tapping on that clamp, I hit the knock sensor. I could have broke the heating element in that sensor when I did that. I think I might have hit it twice. So the cleaning may have helped. Or, you know, because I wasn't getting that code until I pulled I pulled both of those sensors out, cleaned them, and put them back. Now I cleaned the front. I wasn't getting no code for the front. At first I was getting code for both front and back, inlet and outlet. Then after I cleaned them and put them back, the out of range code went away and heating element code was stayed. Okay, first when I test drove, you can disconnect the batteries and all the codes go away, reconnect the batteries, drive at 100 miles. At first, I couldn't even drive the truck 100 miles before the codes came back on. But after I cleaned both of those sensors, I drove it 100-something miles and then came and parked, and then it said the heating element was broke. The circuit was broken. the heating element in the outlet. So I believe the cleaning worked. I'm gonna show I'm gonna put the video in the comments, down in the comments, of the guy who made a video. This Russian guy made a video about that. It was a good video. So if you're having knock sensor issues, the best thing to do before you go buy both of those knock sensors, clean them. Now, instead of clean them. I went ahead and replaced both of them. Since that heating element code was there, I could have just replaced one, but I just wanted to get it over with and replace both of them. Now I got no issues. I drove the truck 120 miles, no codes. I'm so happy. No codes. That's great. But it's worth a try. 2, you start getting knock sensor codes. All you gotta do when the codes come up on your truck, go to like on my truck, I go to you scroll through, man, and vehicle diagnostic, view active faults, and then you got all your ECUs, engine ECU, no faults. But if you had a fault, if you happen to have a fault, all you have to do is go to Google, type that fault code in, troubleshooting steps pop up. You really don't need a code reader. And you can clear the code by disconnecting your batteries and reconnecting the batteries. The codes will clear, but if you still have the problem, the codes will pop back up at about 100 miles or earlier. I got some notes somewhere. I'm looking for my notes, guys. I had some notes about some things I wanted to say. I'm old. I don't know where my notes at right now. But guys. So it's worth your while. Try cleaning your knock sensors before you replace them. You probably can save you money. I think I ruined one by maybe tapping on them. Or, it could be sometimes once you fix one problem, then the other codes will pop up. It could have been just bad, So, I'm not really sure. But if I had to do it again, I would try to clean them bad boys again. I'm going to give you guys the video about that, that a lot of different things can, if you pass an oil, coolant, or something, cause them knock sensors to get dirty. These modern trucks, you really can't put all these different additives in the truck, That Lucas injector cleaner, fuel saver, that actually makes you regen more. It actually makes you regen more. I don't know, does that make your knock sensors work harder or not? But so I'm all fixed now. I slept in my truck. I haven't been home yet. I'm getting ready to go home. I got to go buy my son a basketball globe. He needs a basketball globe to play basketball. I messed up my 34-hour clock. Look like I'll be here till Monday. Look like I'll be here till Monday. Well, I hope this video help somebody with dealing with the knock sensor. Yeah, man, I talked to a dude that he said he had his knock sensors dead. He was fixed to go into the D-rate, and he had a knock sensor, and he needed a DPF cleaning and things. But he said he paid $5,000 to get that done. Hell, I could have told him how to get his DPF clean without taking it out. And he could have replaced that knock sensor himself. You know? But hey, y'all, I'm gonna get off this YouTube. I'm finna get ready to go home. My feet cramping. I must be dehydrated, man. I need to go home. I need to go to the bathroom. Everybody out there have a blessed day. I'll holler at y'all later. This inlet knock sensor, they make it really hard to get to it and get in there and get to it. It's really hard to get in there and get that. What I did, you got to take this whole freaking bracket off to get in there. What I did, I just took 1, 2, 3 screws and bent this back, took the 2 screws out, pulled the knock sensor through, replaced it, and bent it back up there. Other than that, I had to take all this off just to get that intentionally. They make it intentionally hard to do that. So the outlet was really easy. Everything is working good now.